So, okay, first of all, here is some speed paint to keep your attention, yada yada. I want to talk about Artfight. I joined Artfight this year for like the first time actively. I signed up in 2020 to try it out and instantly forgot about it as soon as it started. Picked a team, got busy, forgot about it. Just how it goes. But this year, I actually remembered it. Not much better to do. I actively joined. And I didn't just like join, I completely mopped the floor. Like I run this war. I made a whooping amount of 40 free attacks. Don't believe me, I'm gonna blend it in. As I said, this is the first time actively participating, so these are all of this year. I am super proud of what I've done. There are some attacks that are a bit more low effort, more sketchy, because I wanted to try something out of something, or just like the character and wanted to sketch it a bit, because Artfight is just overall a great source of inspiration. There are so many cool characters. There is no character that is like another one, and there are a shit ton of characters on this page. Like, oh my god, guys. If you haven't joined Artfight, if you don't know what Artfight is, I'm begging you to check it out. It is amazing. Like, I really loved it. I really loved it. And I kind of felt it like a micro celebrity because people kept following me. I have like over 100 followers. That is basically more activity than I get on all my social medias. But hey, people seem to like my art, and this is the biggest ego boost you can get me. Like, I already have some kind of god complex, but telling me my art looks good, oh my god, this is like making a proposal to me. It means so incredibly much to me. It low-key made me feel like a micro celebrity. I'm just really happy people liked my art. Okay, I got a few points I want to talk about that are like really dear to me and what I've noticed and what I might change or how I myself can improve for next year. First of all, replies. Every art piece I made got a reply, except for like 3 that I made like right before the time limit already in August because we got like the extension and everything, so I didn't even expect people even see it anymore. But I am so grateful, and it's the best thing ever when you get a reply. Like, you put a certain amount of work into the piece, so getting a reply just saying thank you, literally just a simple thank you for the piece, or thank you, I like it, or it looks good, or something, it just makes or break the relationship you have to the other artist. It can just mean so much, and it really just kind of leaves a bad aftertaste if you never get a reply. That is the first thing I wanted to talk about. I also kept seeing people that were like, I received so much shitty art, I'm not gonna reply to that, or something like, hey, yo, what the fuck, this is Artfight. You're supposed to not expect anything, better be fucking grateful for what you get. Like, people are entitled. There are some people that are really convinced that their art is the best shit in the world, and even though I might not disagree with them and they really are good, it does not give you the right to be entitled about what you like deserve to get an art. No one deserves to get anything in this art fight. This is purely for fun. You don't get to have expectations. You are here to draw other people's characters and nothing more. You don't get to say like, I made 10 attacks, why don't I have 10 defenses? Like, that's so unfair. Like, no, shut the fuck up. Okay, I'm sorry for my language, but people like that just make my blood boil. Like, how dare you be so entitled in an art gifting game? If you want to get good art, if you want to get art at all, commission an artist to make sure you get art, or like, for fuck's sake, just sign up for a hit list. That was like most of part 2. People complaining, being entitled. Just who do you think you are to be entitled to art? Like, be so for real right now. Do not expect anything, please. Alright. Next chapter. I want to talk about characters. Like, oh my god. There were so many amazing characters, and I loved seeing all variations of characters. There were so many kinds. I'll be honest, I was surprised how many cat characters I saw. Like, it's never been really my genre and stuff. I've never been a warrior cat kid. I've never really got into that. But somehow I kind of assumed the fandom was low-key dead by now. So seeing a lot of characters that were cats or like actual warrior cats OCs kind of was a surprise to me. Another thing that caught me by surprise but really shouldn't have was like the amount of dragons and furries I saw. Yeah, obviously this is Artfight. What did I expect? There's gonna be furries. There's gonna be a lot of furries. I even drew one. It's not really my genre of art, but hey, I made a furry. Might even blend that in here. Like, look at furry I made. And I really enjoyed that. The design was really cool. Yeah, also, by the way, if you're curious, I'm gonna link all the attacks I made in the video description. Also about the characters, some things bugged me. Like, I saw some characters that were like just some guy. I'm gonna call this like just some guy syndrome, where you have like a human without any really outstanding features or high amount of detail. I do not mind these characters at all. They all have the right to be. If you have like just some character, I want to know more about them. If I'm gonna draw them, I want to make them interesting to me. Do they have a lot of backstory? What is their deal? Are they really just some character? Because then I'll probably not gonna want to draw them. For me to draw a character personally, I want them to be interesting. So at least give them a good backstory. Like, have they lost their parents? Are they on revenge for something? Are they secretly having magic and they just look like John Doe? Like, give me more to work with. I saw so many characters that did not have a character description. It was like, oh yeah, maybe they have like a toy house or something. Nope, nothing. That was kind of sad because like, I want to draw for you. Like, you signed up for my hit list or something, or I just found you, yada yada. Perhaps we're even friends. You're on my server or something. PSA, join the Artist Heart Discord server if you're a struggling artist as well. Give me something to work with. Just a character without nothing. It's like, well, what am I gonna do with that? I need some information. Either you make them really, really visually appealing, or you give them an interesting backstory or good information I can work with. That is really all I ask. Yeah, second of all, Toy House. So many people have Toy House. I have Toy House. I freaking love Toy House. And I still have codes. A lot of people have codes. You will always find someone who has codes. If you want a toy house, ask someone who has a toy house. They will most likely have at least one code. Just ask someone for a code, please. If you really want to, because this website is so great. This is my character archive. I have so much information about my characters there. If you enjoy character lore, please read about my characters because I put a lot of love into them. Shameless self-plug once again. The other thing is like the link system overall on the characters, like, and profile needs to get like redone. I think they already announced they're going to do that. There's no tab for TikTok or anything. Just Tumblr, Instagram, Furfinity, Toy House, yada yada. And I put my card in the other link section. Give us customizable buttons or something. That would be cool. Thank you very much. I think that was announced as well and put into the donation goals. I donated, don't come at me. Overhaul the search system. I want to search for names of characters, artists, especially the names of artists. The URL typing throws me back to like 2004 when I first had my little hands on the internet. Yeah, it was free when I first touched a computer and I accidentally bought a wedding dress for my mom. Long story, maybe for another time. When you didn't have search engines, you just typed in the entire URL. And I think we're about 20 years past that. Let me search users. Let me search characters. Really looking forward to the overhaul and additions. I'm really happy to see how much donations Artfight got. They really deserve that. And it helps keep the site running and that we can do the event every year. And that's the goal, right? I want to do this every year. I might get busier and busier with the years, but I really want to do this every year. Looking forward to all the improvements to the webpage. Next talking point, the rating system. I've heard a few users, other YouTubers as well, complain about the rating system. First of all, I think it's good. I figured it out pretty quickly, and I think the guide they have on the webpage is pretty comprehensible. You have some examples there. Sure, a lot of people might have a different comprehension of what is rendering. Is this line art? Is this a refined sketch? Is this a messy sketch? Where does messy sketch turn into clean sketch? I think what a lot of people missed is that you can just ask a mod. If you're really not sure, ask a mod. They have the Discord. We can just put it in the forum or really just DM a mod and like, hey, I'm not really sure how to rate this. But yeah, overall it shouldn't be that big of a deal. It's just a fun game. Just rate yourself however you think that's right. But like on the flip side of that, I've noticed a few people abuse the polish button. I put a bit of polish on my Artfight attacks, but like I think only if it took like more than 3 hours for an attack. I'm a fast artist, so 3 hours is nothing for me. If I know like yeah, this one took me long. I put my everything into this painting. So yeah, this is polished. Like I don't want to criticize anyone's art, but like if you make a sketch that is not even like nicely photographed, it's really just a pencil sketch and you put that in polish, like okay, that one more point is not gonna make or break it. It's the principle. Don't abuse the polish button. I didn't polish all of my pictures. I didn't even polish all of my animations, even though I really take a lot of time to do my animated pieces. And really the first half of Artfight, I was animating every attack. It was like 20 attacks, 20 something. I completely like did twinning animation on. Just trust your gut feeling on the rating. And don't abuse the polish button. Almost done here. Next topic, team sorting. I've heard a lot of people talk about team sorting, about like, oh yeah, it should be more random, or oh my god, Stardust is so sure to win. First of all, yeah, sure, I hope it does, because I'm Team Stardust and purple is objectively the best color. There is a balancing system for people that pick random, so the teams are about the same size. I absolutely do not want everyone to get sorted on random, especially for like with the tea and coffee theme. I am a huge fan of the stars, even though I love the sea, don't get me wrong. I love purple, I love the stars. You might get that if you know me a bit. This is a theme that is very dear to me and I would not have been put in at random. I straight up probably would have made an entire new account, deleted the old one, just to end up in the right team. Whoever wants to pick random, there's a random button. Whoever wants to choose the team, choose the team. I think the team sorting works well. Some teams might be more popular than others, and that is totally fine. It is just a fun game. It's not about who's winning. It is really just to make art. And I did friendly fires as well. If I like your character, I'll attack them. Said it before, will say it again. If I like your character, I will attack them. There's nothing much more to it. One more point. Hit list. I kind of overestimated myself and made 3 different hit lists because my hyperfixation was like, oh, I have an idea. I can do that. So I made a general hit list, I made a whole animation hit list, and I made a dating hit list. The latter 2 are 2 ideas that I thought would be super fun, and I ended up not pulling through. As with a lot of things I do. Hit lists are a good thing. Hit lists are amazing. You can put yourself on someone's hit list, a person whose art style you like. If you're a small artist, to get yourself more out there, to get more text, because you might not just get found. I make videos, especially like on TikTok, where I just advertised myself for like, oh my god, attack me and my soul is yours. Conveniently, there was a trend going around that kind of helped with that. Putting yourself on hit lists, especially like in the form of the Google Docs, it is such an amazing concept, and I put myself on basically every hit list I could find. Before anyone says anything, yes, I revenged every attack I got. There has not been one attack open. I revenged everything, even if people like did revenge chains. I am revenging everyone to my best of my abilities, even if I have to stay up until the last minute of the deadline. Everyone gets revenged. That's about hit lists. I love them. Really, really love them. So, time for my summary. What have I learned and what am I going to do better next year? Number 1, don't put an estimate on the time you have. You will most likely be wrong, except for when you can really, really good estimate your time. Don't overestimate yourself or underestimate yourself. Rather underestimate yourself and do better than overestimate yourself. Because the other 2 hit lists I made, first of all, the big animation, I plan to animate a music video by hand, frame by frame. To say I can't do it would be wrong, because I know I could have done it, but I would have had to put aside every other attack and, most importantly, some of my university to get this done in time. And that is just simply not something I can or want to do. So that project kind of fell flat, and I just posted a few scenes I actually got done as an as attacks. Second, the dating project. Oh my god, how much I would have loved to keep doing this. And I might want to set this up as a different kind of concept. I like the idea. Just blind dating OCs. Legit did only one attack on that. And then I got bored of it. Or more overwhelmed because I started it too late into Artfight. Maybe I'll just focus on that next year. Who knows what's then. I learned a lot. Most importantly, I don't want to limit myself. I was like starting with these animations and was like, oh yeah, animate every attack. It burnt me out. I wanted to keep doing, so I just started experimenting with my style. I don't think anyone minded it, to be honest. I kind of was too enthusiastic about it. I said it was a summary. This was basically just another point, but like summary for real now. I love Artfight. I want to do this every year as far as I can, and I hope you guys join in as well. Everyone should try out Artfight, even if you get just one attack done each year. Just try it out. It's fun. It's just for fun. Don't expect anything. I think that's the worst mistake you can make. Just like go in there with expectations, whether it's getting revenges, replies, anything. Just go in there for the purpose of, I want to draw something. I want to make other artists happy. And I think that's the most important part. So yeah, thank you for like watching my video, which is basically just a crappy little PNG tuber with a speed paint in the background. But yeah, I appreciate you being here and listening to my little rant, and I hope I can see you in the next video. Bye bye!